Don't waste my time. Don't waste my I can live forever, but I need you.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Honey the Photographers here. Today we've got Callum from Media, a SEO company based right here in the Queanbeyan and Canberra region, and he's got some awesome expertise on SEO and social media for real estate agents. So welcome, Callum. I want you to tell me, just our audience, a bit about you and some of your credentials.
Da, 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 da. Great to be here, Pat. Thank you for having me. So, yeah, I run Auto Media, which is a dedicated SEO company based here in Canberra, and we help local businesses predominantly, generally, so we help service-based businesses predominantly here in Canberra that know that they need marketing, but they're not quite at that point where they're able to, I guess, invest in their own in-house team. We can fill that void, get them up and running and support them in the digital world, making sure they're being found and seen organically. I've been doing that now for almost, Auto Media's been up and running for almost 12 months now.
Awesome.
Yeah, which is
What are your skill sets in SEO? So is it SEO or is there a subset of skills within that space?
So SEO is a very broad term. We like to hone it into what we do really well. So we've sort of broken it down into 3 different stages of SEO, depending on where businesses sit with, I guess, what their website looks like, their online presence, what their competitors are doing. We will look at ideally going down foundational SEO, which is being able to build out their website so that they can level up against their competitors and have a service page for everything they offer, just so that everything's covered. And then once that's set up, then we move from foundational SEO into traditional SEO, where we start doing a lot more technical work, very heavy audits, on-page SEO, off-page SEO, and being able to make sure that they have found for certain keywords that people are searching for that get traffic. Once that's all set up and then they're up and running, SEO it's something that it's a long game activity. So you don't stop SEO. It's always going to be evolving. And then after that's kind of set up, that's going to keep chipping away in more of like a maintenance mode. And then we move into what is very new, which is very exciting, is digital PR, which is something that I've always been fascinated about. Being able to take your brand and get people talking about you and making an impact in your community so that people see you as a really credible source. And now with LLMs, AI and AI search and Google really pushing that, and so many other platforms, it's more important than ever to get spoken about on lots of different platforms so that you are found, because I think very soon a website's just not going to be enough.
100%. And I think it's really cool that you've picked that business model where it's the traditional SEO and website technical back end, finding stuff with the new age PR strategy, basically, that will help. Because AI isn't necessarily going on the old school tech anymore. It's going on what people are talking about, who is interesting and all that sort of stuff. And if we can get in the forefront of that and PR digitally, it's very helpful. So that's really cool, Callum. So we're going to talk about today, I wanted to talk about our clientele and talk a little bit about why SEO and digital PR is so important for real estate agents, and how a real estate agent in general can get themselves known and out there. And obviously Google, everyone knows Google and what it is, but how can a real estate agent differentiate themselves and become a number 1 on a Google search result in their area?
Yeah, absolutely. So in Canberra, it's an interesting one. I feel like a lot of agents are quite lazy and sort of try to get behind their brand, which is great, but that's not going to be enough very soon. I think that for an agent now, it's not going to be enough just hiding behind the doors of who you work with. Let's say, LJ.
Not Hooker, Blackshaw, big names.
Those big names, getting behind them, that's all well and good. But the thing is, if it's not your company, it's not your baby, you will move on in life. And what I do see happen a lot is people will be so invested in the company they're working for, put everything in there to help, but they're actually doing themselves a disservice by not actively getting their name out there as an expert, as a professional real estate guru, as someone that people can trust to sell their home. And I feel like it's really important that you can build those relationships with people and also build the relationship with Google so that when people go looking, they can see that you are someone who they can trust to deliver the best result, which is selling their home at the best possible
So not
price.
connecting yourself necessarily with the brand, connecting yourself with the individual that is you and your name, rather
Yes.
than putting all your eggs in one basket.
Absolutely. The way I'd be looking at it is that it is a privilege for the company to have you as a
Yeah,
person,
right. That's a great
rather
way of
than
thinking
you
of it.
working for them. And it's, yeah, it's so important that people, yeah, understand who you are and your name, and building your online presence through so many platforms, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. Being able to be seen everywhere is so important, especially now.
Where do we start? How does an agent differentiate themselves between the brand and their self, and start that disconnect and start that journey to get noticed on the search engines? And
Yes. So the first thing is that you need to be respectful to your employer.
Yep.
With that, they also need to understand and respect that you are an individual trying to do the very best thing that you can do, because you are representing them. What I'd be saying straight away is build yourself your own Google business profile. But you do need to mention the company that you work for. Google now is actually rewarding those that do that, and is absolutely within Google guidelines to, especially a service-based business, something like that, where you are going out actually helping people.
Your name, so would go like Pat Lindley, real estate agent, Blackshaw.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, the thing is, you would need to have your own number. You wouldn't use the number of the company, but you would use their address. Can use the same address, which you would need to do. But what's really good about that is a lot of these companies and a lot of these sort of like agencies, I guess,
Yep.
they want to be Canberra focused. We are Canberra. We do everything here in Canberra. But the thing about Google Business Profile and what a lot of people are searching for is they want to find a real estate agent familiar with the area. And there's nothing more powerful than a Google Business Profile in the proximity of where you are located in your office. Let's say if you are in Braddon or anywhere like that, to have your own Google Business Profile with your location that you're going to then be coming up when the search intent isn't looking for an agency, it's looking for an agent. If someone's looking for, and this is a very big search term, real estate agent, Brad.
Yes. Okay. Or real estate agent Monaco or
Monica,
Inner South or
absolutely.
whatever.
Or anything with the intent of you are wanting the person, and that's where we're moving. We're moving to, we want to find the right person who is the right fit, not so much the company. That's just like the vessel, and you're kind of
in it.
you're kind of in it.
Yeah.
But you need to, at the end of the day, they don't want, like, a home is likely the biggest asset that someone's got. Why would they want to give it to a bozo?
Yeah, 100%.
To sell, they want to know they're going to get the best price. They're going to know that they're going to trust the words that come out of the agent's mouth, and they're going to best represent them to attract the type of clientele best for that property.
100%.
You'll find those that are quite scray, they're wearing just like your chinos, they look a bit scrubby, they attract a certain type of buyer. And you'll see there is a place for those types of people. If you're going in Canberra trying to sell it in Red Hill or Monaco or one of those higher end areas, you need to look great. You need to appear great. You need to be the expert that everyone knows about, and get your name out there and use any PR opportunity to talk about you and your achievements and what you do for your clients. And that's going to work wonders, because people are always watching when they're thinking about buying. And there are a lot of other creative things you can be doing with marketing through paid advertising, not just all.
I wanted to backtrack a step for those who don't know much about it. What is a Google Business Profile and why is it so important?
Google Business Profile is an extension of your website. A Google Business Profile is to share with people that you are a local business and that you can provide them what you need. So let's say if someone's looking for an electrician, a Google Business Profile will come up with electricians in the local map pack and showcase 3 different electricians. And that's where you want to get to in the local search, so that if someone's looking on their phone, they can just click and call you straight away.
Yep.
Rather than trying to work to go and look through a website, get to the contact page, it comes straight up. It gives you access to the right person that's going to be the most credible, which is SEO and digital, to then put them in front of you first, so that you get the first call or you are considered first to represent them.
And with that, across the board of all the platforms that are available, do you have your top pick of ones that are must-haves that you need to be on as a digital presence and ones that are nice to have? Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. So Instagram and those social media is more about to showcase your story, little bits and pieces of what you do.
Yep.
Google doesn't index your posts on Instagram.
That's good to know.
So everyone that puts focus there and then they think that's going to get them the work that they need, that Google's not going to be indexing that.
It's only going to be indexing it to the people that are on that platform.
100%. So the only way you can get around it is also have your own, if you can, Actually, you could have your own dedicated site as an agent. You might be pushing the boundaries with the actual agency, but being able to, I guess one little, I won't say a hack, but what can be indexed by Google, which is very powerful, is for every video that you make, if you can create it to a blog or a listing in that area, and then put it on the website with you as the author, as the agent, and then embed the video from your Instagram, or just embed the video and have it on that landing page, that will then get indexed. So when someone is Googling, say, homes for sale or home selling in Braddon, what's great is that not only they're going to be coming up in Google search, but their videos are going to be coming up at the very top if it's an educational video to showcase what is achievable for someone looking for that. So say, you know, it might even just be like 4-bedroom home in Manuka for sale.
Yep.
And you've done an amazing blog post talking about the top 5 best-selling homes in 2025 with your very own Callum Gracie, Canberra's most attractive agent.
Yep.
I wish.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. That'd be really nice. Won't be happening.
So what I'm hearing is you're putting extra words on there that are keywords that are searchable within the Google search field of what people would be typing in that would then help connect the dots to you being preferable first. That's basically what you're saying. Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did have a really interesting, that was what I said. Instagram gives you attention, but Google gives you trust.
Okay.
That's the...
And what about the other ones? We've got LinkedIn, Facebook, like I said, Snapchat, and of course your business profile. Are these all nice to haves, or are they different jobs for different things?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when you're going on TikTok, a lot of the time it's more like you just want to be entertained.
Yes.
So it's a bit different to LinkedIn where you're in that professional mindset. You're not going to be posting videos of you having a beer. It's very professional. You'll be using that more for networking and showcasing your authority for what you know in the market to showcase that you are winning. Because the thing is, the directors of all the different platforms, they are all going to be on LinkedIn watching, and everyone knows everyone. If they can see that there's, you know, John Smith just posting all the time of all his wins on LinkedIn, they're going to be thinking, well, we need to get that guy over here. And it almost creates that, it gives you the flexibility to pretty much make more money by being able to negotiate.
100%.
LinkedIn is fantastic for that. Then you've got social media, which sort of showcases what you're doing. It's sort of, everyone can see what you're up to and what you're doing, and how you can really showcase your personality. But Google's where you showcase your brand.
Okay.
Showcase your brand and getting your name out there. The thing is, when someone goes to buy a home, they are going to Google your name.
Yes.
Now, when they Google your name, it's pretty scary when you think about what's going to appear.
What is your digital footprint?
And it's really funny. So I had to do that myself.
Yep.
And yeah, very embarrassing. Extremely. I had to work hard to tidy that up. But all I thought is, okay, how's that going to make me look? This is actually an interesting case study. So the childhood actor, Blippi. You heard of Blippi? Kids love Blippi.
I know Blippi, yep.
Well, I know Blippi too. When you Google his name, a video of him with the boys back in the day doing a little act with a bit of poo.
Oh, okay.
On
Right.
a friend.
Wow.
Yeah. But what's interesting is that has come back to haunt him, because even though this was years ago, that digital footprint is there, and that is going to impact everything. I mean, it's kind of worked out quite well for him anyway, but I'm sure it's very embarrassing. But let's say you are a trustworthy realtor and there's something on there, say negative press, negative reviews. These things are going to come up with your name. So you need to be able to spin it and get more good out there on lots of different platforms. Just your website, or let's just say if you put all your effort in, just say, I don't know, the Property Collective, fantastic company, by the way. Let's say you focus on your About Me on their page, but then for some reason you move on, they take that page down, you will lose all
credibility.
All credibility.
Yeah,
Whereas if you're able to get your name on all of these different directories, all these different platforms, all of these different media things, use every PR opportunity. When someone Googles your name, hopefully the Property Collective profile will come up, but you're going to be coming up in Riot Act. You're going to be coming up in, what is it, real estate. There's these,
the real estate magazine,
yeah, there's all these different platforms that it just screams that this guy is good. I need this guy to sell my $1 million home.
100%.
So that's.
So my question next is, do you, as a real estate agent, promote yourself on your personal social media platforms, or do you create a separate social media platform that is dedicated just for your business work?
I'd recommend having your own dedicated page for your professional life.
Okay.
I think being able to separate them is very, very important. I don't think you want to muddy the waters there. Personal life.
But in saying that, I would like to add that there's definitely room to put in your personality and your personal life, but it helps that differentiation between work person and a home or personal person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're very interesting.
So, Pat, I'd be really curious to see, have you seen cases where a strong visual marketing campaign significantly influenced sales velocity or pre-sales?
Yeah, 100%. There's many cases where that has happened. The most recent case is the job we did at Ginderry Falls. Unless you've been living under a rock, Ginderry Falls has been up for sale recently. That was a strong marketing campaign with a massive marketing budget. But what actually happened was the Apex movie found the location as a result of our marketing, right? So we did international push all across America and Europe with the Ray White team, getting that out there, and they ended up contacting the Ray White team and get information on what this beautiful location was. And as a result, that's how the location was found. It just shows you that good quality marketing and good quality position in the right place will find the right people to make it happen. So that's very cool. But we also get it all the time with standard stuff with agents that have picked up a stale listing or a listing that hasn't sold. It's been on the market 3-6 months. You can tell straight away when looking at it. I do my due diligence and research what is currently on the market. Most of the time it's due to the fact that they haven't presented the property in the best light. It's capturing it in a professional way with professional gear and professional photography, and B, spinning a story and making clients feel a feeling with what they're actually looking for.
Totally.
A lot of times we have cases where it's sat there for 6 months and then within a month we've shot it and it's gone and sold.
It's probably sold for more too.
And it's sold for more or the asking price that the agent wanted. So it's quite humbling to hear that happens. It means we are doing our job correctly and making awesome stuff.
Now,
So
do you make noise about that? Tell the world what you achieved, or do you do it quietly and let them?
we do it a bit quietly. We're not one to boast too much about what we do. I've always been a person in the background, but you're coming from a PR perspective saying that you should be telling everybody and knocking down the walls and the world saying that we've done this. It's not something that I've tracked too much, but it's something that we definitely need to get onto a little bit.
Yeah, I always thought about how can you get those little moments of gold where someone's going to review you or give you a testimonial, right?
Yep.
And how you can repurpose that. One really powerful thing, especially for real estate agents, would be to, if you get that amazing review or someone emails you, take that, put it everywhere. If you get that amazing quote or something that truly makes you stand out, not just like, oh, he's the best, but like, he truly understood our vision, what we needed, what we were looking for, and he made us feel safe. He was in control or she was in control.
Yeah.
They were in control.
I get what you're saying. I know real estate agents do it all the time. They basically have on the process, they have a lot of agents use a system called Rate My Agent where they use testimonials. I'm yet to have a vendor tell in their testimonial that Panorama was the reason their house sold. A lot of the time it talks about the agent and their professionalism, but that's okay. I'm not holding my breath, but Panorama, I think it's harder too, because we just do so many projects. We're doing over 1,500 projects a year. Asking an agent every single one kind of gets annoying and a bit tedious, or it could be where we're not asking at the right time. So watch out, clients, we could be asking you more and more.
Totally. First thing I'll be doing, your camera's already set up when you're there. And they've already got the clip on mic as
Yeah.
well. But you have to say, oi, before you go,
Give us a testimonial.
oi, what'd you like about working with us today?
Yeah.
How do it smell? But no, you definitely want to get that testimonial and put it everywhere. Get it on your LinkedIn. We spoke about this earlier. People are always watching your socials, even if they haven't yet engaged with you. I had 2 inquiries come in this morning purely because of the content that I'm putting out there. People are resonating with it. And then at some stage, something you're going to post is going to click and resonate. And then they'll be like, hey, I'd love to chat with you about possibly showcasing my business. I saw your video on 269 Romsey Road. Hey, my friend is selling their house and they're having trouble with that. Do you reckon it's something you might be able to help them with?
Yep.
And yeah, being able to do that. But going back to the testimonial, getting them to talk you up and get that on your social media is going to work wonders for you. Let's say a client from an agent's perspective says something really beautiful and you're able to repurpose that, put that on your website, put that on your LinkedIn, put that on your Instagram, put it on every platform you can, because that very thing is what's going to potentially make you thousands more dollars. And if you do that continuously, that's going to work wonders. Coming back to one other thing you said about Rate My Agent, it's getting your reviews and getting people to leave your review. It's not just Google anymore. You need to really make sure you're going to all those big directories, especially in that niche, because again, you're building your brand. When someone searches for your name, you don't want it just to come up at the top. You want it to be at the top with your name, with, so let's say, your LinkedIn, but then you've also got Rate My Agent, you've got the company that you work for. There's just this big strapline of all of the different is
So,
saying
yep.
this person is amazing. It works wonders. And the other cool thing is AI search and being able to be found using AI search. A lot of people are using that now, especially trying to find an agent or the best agent. People are lazy. They'll just go straight to ChatGPT to say, I need to sell my home. Who is the best
in the
agent
area.
in
Yep.
the area that has made the most money? And it's going to come up. It's not going to get the information just from one website from your company that you worked for. You'll probably pitch Ray White.
Yes.
Again, if you've got your own personal brand that you've built and someone then searches for that, you will be coming up. You'll be coming up on ChatGPT and all of the other, on Google AI, Perplexity, on all those platforms as the person to reach out to. And the first thing I'm going to do is reach out to them. I'll tell you a really funny story. So I do DJing on the side.
Yes.
for a
Yeah.
bit of fun.
Yep.
Bit of trumpet, bit of saxophone, some dance.
Didn't recognize you as a trumpet player,
Yeah,
but
pay extra for it. My clothes stay on, but $20 is $20.
sorry, your story. Yeah.
Anyway, going back to this story, what was I saying? You type in, I thought I'd have a bit of fun and go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to say, I need to organise a DJ for my daughter's wedding in Canberra. It's really important that the DJ is a lot of fun, plays the saxophone, and then it comes back as I say, there's one person that you need to get, and it's DJ Callum Gracie. And then I thought I'd have a bit of fun with it. And I also said, oh, well, I'm just concerned that people will take a look at him and just be a little bit uneasy by his look. He hasn't got the best looking face. And then it says, oh, rest assured, his face, that's not important. His skill set is excellent. He has won awards from X, Y, Z, and he's been doing this for many years, including performing all over the country with one of the biggest agencies in the world, the Baker Boys Band. And all of this information is being pulled from all these different sources to tell this large language model, like ChatGPT,
a complete picture of this.
that is clearly the best agent. This is going to take over everything.
Oh,
And
100%.
if you don't get onto this, you are going to be left behind.
Not only from the factor of finding an agent to get your next listing, but to use it for buyers to become more informed in what it is they do. They can do their research through AI, pinpointing other sales in the area and find out all that information they need instantaneously is quite amazing. I wanted to ask you about getting your name out there. Agents tend to do a lot of their business professional page is just their listings and what it is they do, their actual work. Is there any other things that you could recommend that they could do for their social media that presents them more as them and shows them that they are preferable and shows like you talked about results and testimonials, but is there other things that agents could do to pump up their brand and their own tires?
This is really nerdy. Schema markup.
Okay.
It's an SEO. It's a bit of code that goes in the back end of your listing to then pretty much tell Google what it is, a 4-bedroom home, this far from this cafe, or just where you're located. And what's great is that is going to give all the information that Google needs to then put you first in front of everyone else that's selling a 4-bedroom home.
So for those who aren't tech savvy, how do I write schema markup?
Yes. So it was a very hard thing, but now you can use AI to help with that.
Okay.
I've actually got a template that I can share with anyone. Where they can literally just fill in the blanks, fill in the property details. It will produce the schema code, and then you put it in the back of your website on the header section. A bit nerdy, but that is going to be the best thing you can do.
That's related to Google and AI or
Both.
more both? Okay.
Both. Yeah, both. Mostly it's for Google.
Yep.
Google Sense, but I can still understand what's going on in the back end as well.
Yep.
But optimize the listing.
Yep.
Optimize the listing, not just talking about the benefits and the features, but talking about the luxuries of how it can make you feel.
Okay.
Love to see an interactive video, but I guess it's tracking the metrics. If you then stay on it and start using this tool and staying on the post, it's going to tell the algorithm of that platform that this must be a good listing. We're going to show this to more people. We're going to keep this at the time purchasing it. For example, a light stroll to the nearest cafe with the best coffee.
Yes.
I had to optimize an Airbnb listing yesterday in Sydney.
Yep.
And she was having trouble getting people to book it. I took one look at it. It's a stunning property, but it was just all about just 4-bedroom home. The picture was just at the front of it, yet overlooks, and you can see the Opera House from the window. It was in Darling. I said, change that. Take photo, move it around, have that as the hero image, and then optimize the actual about section to talk about what people will feel and experience when they stay there.
I think that's fantastic. Be done for agents as well, because a lot of time agents get stuck into the facts, right? The facts is it's a 4-bedroom home, it's got a pool, it's got a spa, blah, blah, blah. It's important, but it's not the thing that's going to sell homes these days. Buyers want to be informed in a way that is how is it going to change my life? How is it
Yeah.
going to make my life better? And that's what people are looking at
Yeah.
when they're trying to buy their most expensive asset. What is my lifestyle going to be as a result of that?
Yeah.
And using that, and that's what we do at Panorama, marketing through storytelling, is
Mm.
storytelling your listing to be the best that it can be.
Yeah, I think if I was a real estate agent, I would create a prompt that brings out EEAT in Google Guidelines, which is experience, expertise, authority, and trust. If you can put all those together on any page, that's what Google is looking for to rank you. So I would actually do the listing, have your listing prompt. I'm sure all the companies have their prompts to produce an amazing ad copy, but then I'd run through one more time, putting in place areas where you can showcase your experience, you can showcase your expertise, you can showcase your authority, you can showcase your trust, and it will then be able to optimize it so that pretty much bakes you as the agent of why you are the right person
Yeah, I
for
love
the job.
that. Yeah, love that.
And I think that's going to separate you from all of the other agents, and it's just one prompt. But you do 360 tours, you're all set
Yes,
up with
yep,
that?
yep.
That's pretty cool. So what are they called? Interactive?
So we got it's 360 tours, or Matterport is what agents know them as. Matterport is the brand name. The 360 is the actual action of doing it. So yes, we do 360 tours, and that's just another way to add interactivity to a listing. We're finding listings that have interactive tours on them, even though COVID is gone and it's not a thing to inspect a property without actually being at the property. It's vitally important, because what it actually does is we've seen that it's 3x the engagement time on a listing as a result of people having interactive elements for 360 tours and walkthroughs to be able to, at their own pace, find out more about their home and go from there. I always say an informed buyer is a better buyer, meaning an informed buyer is more likely to come to your open home because they've got all their information and done their due diligence before they step in the door. And the stepping in the door is they've almost basically closed at that point. They're 90% there. It's your job as the agent to do the finishing touches. 360 tours are a great way to do that, because they've basically already inspected the home. They just want to see what they saw digitally matches what they see in real life. We've seen listing engagements 5-10 minutes sitting on a listing portal, reading through the 360 tour, the video, the photos. There's a brand new product that we're working on at the moment, an interactive floor plan product, which will allow you to put in the furniture and the furniture sizing of stuff that you already have. So having the ability to see if your lounge suite will fit inside your house, or your dining table, or your king bed with your bedside tables, is hugely important. It's just another way to keep eyes on your listing longer as a result of using these interactive elements.
You said it's three. You saw a 3 times or 3x
Yeah.
growth
Yep.
or impact on the metrics of how people interacted with the post and being engaged with the post. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's massive.
Yeah. So what usually ends up happening in a buyer's mind is they're flicking through, they're scrolling the All Homes app or the realestate.com app, and they slide through the photos, and then they hit this little one that says 3D tour, and then they end up getting a bit more intrigued. They hit the button and find themselves accidentally getting lost in the home, walking through going, oh, look at this bathroom. Oh, I wonder what the bedroom looks like. Oh, I wonder what the kitchen looks like.
All those metrics are being done.
Yeah, 100. Everything is tracked. If you're an agent who's not looking at those data, you should really ask your listing portals about that data, but also your media supplier. They should have that data on hand for you to tell them, hey, how long are they spending on my Matterport, or how long are they interacting with my listing for? And it's all there. It's all tracked automatically. It's really cool to see how long they last.
I think it's interesting that traditionally you would have just a floor plan, right?
Yes.
Just put the floor plan up and say, oh, here's the floor plan. I remember when I bought my house in Google, that's how we looked at
Yep.
it. The top.
Yeah.
And so it might be a few $100s extra as an add-on to try and get that. Actually, it's probably a lot more than that. Trying to get that
level of interior.
Yeah, I mean, being able to do that so that people can fill your home and deck it out with really nice furnishings, and you're probably going to gain significantly more money.
Yeah, 100%.
Because people will buy an emotion.
But what is really sad about it is I was talking to our team yesterday because we were doing training on it. I would say it's probably only 10 to 15% of Panorama's revenue doing these interactive content, because a lot of people seem to think that they're not as important as you think they are. I think it's a cost analysis situation. Like photos and video are super easy to do, and they are becoming the standard these days in showing off listings. But they forget about this little old thing called the 3D tour that is offering much more value than photos and videos combined. Like, honestly, you could do a listing with less photos and just have an interactive element, and that would be far more beneficial to getting the home across the line and to more eyes because of its engagement and click-through rate.
That increased click-through rate, you can see the small percentage of your clients
Are using it,
which just that blows my mind. The investment to do that, you're going to sell way more properties.
Yeah.
You're going to make so much more money. Like any director of a company, use that. I'd be saying absolutely go for it. Those statistics you're talking about, when that happens, what's stopping you from grabbing that and posting that and telling the world just how much more time people are spending?
Fantastic idea. It's definitely something I'm going to add now that I've spoken to you about this.
Oh man, people are watching, people are checking it out. We saw 500% traffic growth in just 4 months. I just noticed that last night when I was doing my quick audit. I posted it and I got another website for a cabinet maker.
Oh, there you go.
People want to see these results. Actually, what can you get? That's
Well, in general, what I think you're saying is don't underestimate the power of a good testimonial. From a buyer's point of view, from an agent's point of view, and from our point of view. Testimonials are the proof in what it is you're saying that you do. It's other people saying that you do what you actually do and do it well.
Yeah, and any win, post any win. Post, even if it's just on your story. Get it on your Instagram, get it on your story. Any win that you've got for a client or for yourself, just post it. Get it out there. Do not enjoy it quietly. Tell everyone how good you are because you are.
Oh, thank you, Callum. Well, that I think wraps up episode 3 of Hunting the Photographers here. So next episode, we are talking about building your brand as a real estate agent. I think that ties in really well with what we've been speaking today. This will give you all tips and tricks on what you can do as an agent, how to set yourself apart and all those fun things. Thank you very much again, Callum. Where do we find you and all about Callum?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Google my name.
Well, I mean, that's what we've been talking about.
Google my name. Might find a dancing DJ. No. So look, Auto Media, we're based here in Canberra. We love helping local businesses grow and we do it with honesty, transparency, and we will partner with you to really help get you found and get you more leads and more phone calls happening.
Done. Thank you very much,
awesome.
Callum.
Good on
Talk
you,
soon.
bro. Appreciate it.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.